Good day, good day, good day, everybody. Happy Sunday, and welcome to Living Life in Joy with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and it is a good day. You know why it's a good day? Because we're here. We are here, we are breathing, we are alive, and we have so much to be grateful for. So, and if you don't know, let me tell you, the Living Life in Joy show is all about sharing joy in the world, and not just my joy, but other people's joy. It's a vehicle that I am so grateful to have to extend the good news, the joy news of what other people are doing in the world. That is their joy work, that is their passion, their opportunity to share their gifts in the world. So that's what we do here on Living Life in Joy. And we have been celebrating June. June has been a month of celebration. So first of all, we have been celebrating Black music all month long for Black Music Month. And my husband, Marco Noble, has been curating this month's show, and he kicked it off with himself. He was my first guest that first Sunday. There he is. Yes. So please support my husband, Marco Nobles, by supporting his ventures. He has a 24-hour radio station called rhythmandsoulradio.com. And on that station, on that beautiful station, you will hear a lot of independent artists. You're going to hear more than you would ever hear on mainstream radio. So check that out, rhythmandsoulradio.com. And then the second Sunday, we had the amazing artist, Steve Wallace, who was sharing his joy and gifts with us. And so what can you support with Steve right now is his new work, Hal King, and he refers to it as a R&B opera. Now, it's a R&B opera, y'all. Come on now. So please support Hal King, his latest work. And then last Sunday, we had the amazing artist, Moon Newbill. There she is with her fabulousness. And we had a good time talking about everything that's happening in her world and the release of her new single, Nola Darling. So it's been a wonderful month, and the grand finale, y'all, I am like beyond excited, y'all. I'm like to the moon and back. Today's special guest is no other than the magnificent, beautiful, spectacular Alyson Williams. So June is all of that and then some. And the then some has been, celebrating Prince, celebrating Father's Day, celebrating Juneteenth, celebrating graduations. And this weekend is Pride Weekend. So we're also celebrating Pride Weekend this weekend. So I love June. The energy in June is uplifting and it's celebratory. So we're going to kick it off right now, get the show started with Go, Set, Ready. Yes. So we're back. Living Life in Joy. Good day, everybody. Good day, Lenora. Good day, Stephanie. It's good to see everyone. Thank you for being with us live today on Living Life in Joy. And so our special guest, y'all, sit back because it's going to be a good one, is Alyson Williams. So let me share a little bit about Alyson. So Alyson Williams is the daughter of band leader, trumpeter, Bobby Booker, and she began her career by singing background vocals for various artists. Her first single, Yes We Can, was first released on Profile Records in 1986. Her first album release and the first R&B female singer signed to Def Jam, she released the album Raw in 1989. The single, Just Call My Name, was a hit on the Billboard R&B charts, reaching number 4. The song picked up many Quiet Storm formats, is now considered a cult classic. I know I've been singing it all weekend, and continues to receive airplay. Now, not only is Alyson an incredible singer, she's also ventured into acting. In 1986, she portrayed her friend Phyllis Hyman in the musical play called Thank God the Beat Goes On, joining the Whispers to tell the story of Hyman's career. She also played the role of Marvin Gaye's mother, Alberta, in a play called My Brother Marvin. So, you know what? I'm a stop it right there, because what I want to do, where am I? What I want to do is bring Alyson on so we can find out what is going on and just have some time with her today on the show. So come on, Alyson. There we are. There we are.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. First of all, thank you for being with us today. I so appreciate your presence and you taking the time to just spend some living life and joy time with us today.
It's my pleasure to be here. You know, I tell people all the time, I love the morning. I just don't function in the morning. So I'm up with the rest of y'all. I'm just being real quiet. So today I knew I had to get up and be present and do everything early. And I was like, whoa, so this is what it feels like. My God, look how lovely. So I'm here.
Well, girl, you're here. You look beautiful. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Alyson, this is a yes, girl, you got it. This is a celebratory time. Because I was shocked when you shared that this is the 30th anniversary of the release of Just Call My Name.
Right, because you can't imagine where 30 years went. What are you saying? What do you mean? What do you mean 30 years? Are you serious?
So what does this mean for you?
It means I've been singing a long time. It's time for some new music.
Yes.
Actually, it is it's an honor. It's a gift to have been given the opportunity to perform or record music that has stayed with us and stayed relevant and resonates still with us for so long. I get young people coming up to me all the time going, oh my God, that's my favorite jam. Or, oh my God, that was my mother's favorite jam. Or my father loved that song. I heard that all the time as a kid. And you know, when you first start to hear it, you feel you're a little, say, what do you mean? What do you mean as a kid?
Right.
As a kid. But then you embrace your years. I just turned 60 and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm still having birthdays because the alternative is not what I want right now. So
that's right.
You know, I'm good and I'm here and I'm healthy and I feel like I've got so much more still to do and still to give. And I get to hear people say that my music still makes them feel good, even 30 years later.
Yes. What a blessing.
So it's a blessing. I was inducted even throughout the pandemic. I was able to see God's glory and his favor. And I was inducted into the Soul Music Hall of Fame. I celebrated 5 years in broadcast over at WHCR with Marco. You know, here's Marco will come in and you know, he's real stealthy. You know, you don't see him, you don't hear him. And I look up and I'm in the studio by myself. And he started trying to figure out ways not to be able to scare me. And I was like, it's not going to happen. I'm a scary girl. Oh, but we go through that. It's like, oh, this is Marco again.
So Alyson, did you just share that you have been inducted into the
Soul Music Hall of Fame?
Soul Music Hall of Fame. Oh my goodness. So what did that mean for you?
That once again, it made me. It was a voter driven situation. So I was up against Stacey Lattisaw and Jennifer Holliday.
Okay.
For Best Female Artist. There were several different categories. David Nathan, who now lives over in London, he, you know, puts this whole thing together. So people had to vote in order, you know, for me to have that. So I was so happy to see that my friends and family and supporters and fans, they voted. They took the time to click, drag, whatever you have to do
right
on this thing to make things happen. And they did it for me. And I appreciated that. So I'm hoping that it is the first of many inductions to come.
Yes, yes. Well, you are well loved, Alyson. You are well loved. And your that song, Just Call My Name. I just want to play a snippet of it
Okay.
for folks, just a snippet. And I shared I have been singing this song all weekend long.
It
And
gets stuck
then
in you.
it does. It really does.
Just call my name and come running.
Just that first line right there. The first
Mm,
line gets you. It gets you
yeah,
right there. Alyson, I was curious. Do you do any songwriting?
I do. I did not write Just Call My Name, but I do write. And I have to always preface that by saying I'm not like most writers. I hear people say, I'm not going to go out this weekend. I'm going to stay in and do some writing. It doesn't come to me like that.
Mm,
If I say that, I'm going to end up with a blank piece of paper by Sunday. It just doesn't come. But when it comes like it floods my brain. Have you ever seen people when with the con artists that are mediums and you
yeah.
sit at the table at the seance and they just start writing and
Yes.
that's how it comes for me. When
Yes.
it comes over me, it comes and the paper and the pencil just goes. It just
Yes.
goes, and then I look at it, and then I'm able to tweak it or separate the words or put this over here and put that over there, and that's a verse and that's a chorus, and this is an outro. That might be an ad lib. We don't even need those words, So
Mm-hmm.
but I do write. As a matter of fact, I wrote a song. Um, the last song that I wrote was called Happy Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Christmas song
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. And I was able to interject some of the words of my former mentor, Dr. Maya Angelou.
Mm,
It's a song that talks about all the things we know about Christmas: the
okay.
lights, the decorations, the food, the family, the babies, the grandparents, and the elders, and and how we should feel like that every day. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So, and the best thing about it was I wrote the song in 2016 when our former president was elected. I had been laying on the couch and just, I was depleted like everybody else. But I
Mm-hmm.
found a piece of paper and I wrote this song. And I just said, God, please allow me to know, just to recognize my handwriting in the morning. Because I was to the wind. I was like, oh, dang. And I wrote it down. I knew what I wanted to say. And when I woke up, I understood everything. And then I put it together nice and neat in nice, and printed it out. And then I had a song. So something did happen good on that night.
Yes.
We
Yes.
wrote Happy Holiday.
Yes. And so, Alyson, when you describe the way in which you get into the flow of writing, I call that the download. I get the
Okay.
download from God, right?
Yes.
Yes. And then it
Yeah.
just
And
flows.
it just flows. And it's like I'm not in control of it. Sometimes it
Hmm.
even comes with tears. It's like,
Yes.
wow. So I'd like to write more, but I am a procrastinational spirit and sometimes just lackadaisical, um, which comes from the word lack and lazy. So I suffer from these things, and I constantly have to work on being better. And I'm human, I guess, and
Yes.
I and I guess that's another word for human. And so I don't write as much as I should, but I'm gonna do better. Very early on in my career, as you said, I was the first female artist signed to Def Jam. We used to wait in the office, which was about the size of a bathroom, for Russell to come back from meetings, and it would be me and Houdini and Orange Juice Jones and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, all the different ones that
Uh-huh.
were signed, LL, and we'd wait with our cassettes. And Russell had a boombox on his desk. So if you were first in the first chair, because it was just an office with some chairs around it, and then there was another little office where his desk was. If you got in first, you got to put your cassette in the boombox and let him hear what you wrote.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes people didn't even want to go to the bathroom because they were afraid Russell would come back, and then somebody else, would have put their stuff in the boombox. So what I would put, because of what I was raised with, being a jazz baby, the music that was played in my house was mostly jazz and pop. The Burt Bacharachs, the Dionne Warwicks, the
Hmm.
the soundtracks from the movies, the soundtracks from Broadway plays, and like I
Mm-hmm.
said, a variety of jazz and some gospel and some R&B. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, you listen to what your parents listen to. You
Yeah.
know, you gravitate towards that. And so in my writing became that kind of writing.
Yeah.
And so Russell had said to me one time, don't you worry about music, we'll find music for you.
Mm.
And what that translated to me is that your writing's not good enough.
Mm.
I was young and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And what he didn't know to say is, but don't stop writing, because your music sounds like Dionne Warwick. Maybe we can get it to Dionne or somebody
Right.
who sings that kind of music. But they didn't know to say that then.
Right. Right.
But I
Right.
took it as, don't worry about writing, because I'm not writing. I knew I wasn't writing music that kind of felt like what they thought it should be. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
knew it wasn't black enough. You know, if that's a way to put it. I knew it
Okay.
wasn't funky enough, but it was what I knew. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. Yes.
You know, I was trying to walk in the footsteps of Arif Mardin. I wanted Shaka Khan's arrangements, but
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, um,
Well, Allison, your new single that you just released has that feel to it. It's very jazz.
and I'm glad. You know, this is what happened. I started out as a jazz singer. That was my background. I
Mm-hmm.
was signed to a rap label, and I was given an R&B contract, and that was the
Mm.
trajectory of what I did the Cliff Note version.
Yeah.
I've now been able to come full circle and get back to my jazz root, because that's all I really wanted to do to begin with. But I took the opportunity that was put before me and took that journey, which led me to Just Call My Name and all the things that Just Call My Name has allowed me to do and all the places it's allowed me to be. But I always wanted to sing jazz.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I get back to that, and I found these songs through a gentleman by the name of Maurice Lynch, who brought these great songs, and I said, these are the kind of songs I've been trying to find,
Mm.
in my head, even trying to write. And I said, if you'll allow me to record these songs, because he brought them to me as part of a showcase, as part of a live stage review. And I said,
Mm.
I'd love to be in your show, because I'd love to, do the, the put the work in, but I need to record these songs for myself. So I said, what I'll do is co-produce with you. And my end of the production was to produce the personnel. So we have Christian
Okay.
McBride, and we have Christian Sands, Ulysses Owens, Ron Blake, Kirk Whalum, Ray Chu, Greg Sneed, Dawn Tallman, Ty Stevens, and just a host of wonderful, I mean, the heavy hitters in everything that they
Yes.
do. And
Yes.
they came just wanting to, like, Allison, what do you need from us, and what time, and where do we need to show up to give it to you?
Mm.
And that spirit of love is obvious in the music. It is a nod to the music that I was raised on, the
Mm-hmm.
music that I listened to, with lush, beautiful arrangements like Nelson Riddle and those Quincy Jones arrangements.
Yes.
It feels like that. And it's very grown and sexy, and like your Nancy Wilsons and your Carmen McRae's. And,
Mm.
it has that thing. And I wanted to do that thing.
Yes. Well, it all sounds delicious. So your latest release is Summer Nights in Harlem.
Yes. And that's the name of the CD as soon as we're able to finish it.
Okay. And do you have an estimated time when we could expect that?
I could estimate all I want, but yeah. No. You know what? This is the deal. We were supposed to release Summer Nights in Harlem on a summer night in Harlem last year, but
Mm.
COVID stole that opportunity. But it didn't steal everything. It made it very, difficult to get into the studio to finish it. So now we just have to, pool everything and reassess. And we're trying to still do that. The
Mm-hmm.
record is out. You can get it on all platforms where you consume
Good.
music. You can buy it. You can stream it. You can download it. Whatever it is y'all are doing now, do it. And
Yes.
and go to all the platforms, and you'll find it. You'll also find a follow-up called The Romance of You. So we did those 2 songs. We just need to put the other 8 and can it. I would like to think that by August, the end of August, but I'm being real generous, because I know what my schedule looks like. So I'm trying to figure out, if you could, with a magic wand in a perfect world,
Mm-hmm.
go into the studio and spend a couple of weeks putting this together. What couple of weeks do you have? So
Uh-huh.
so we're really trying to work it out. But I think everything is by divine and ordered steps, and it will be out
Yes.
when it's supposed to be out
Yes.
and
Yes.
fully, fully realized into the marketplace. We're working on that. I'm an independent artist. I don't have a label. I'm doing it with a team that has been with me for a long time, and we're all trying to, every day we wake up trying to figure out what moves can we do, what moves can
Yes.
we make to make this come into fruition as quickly
Yes.
as possible. We have wonderful people that have come to the table and said, we're going to do a video for you. We
Mm.
have people who have said, well, here's the venue. You can come on in and do what you need to do. So the blessings are there. It's just that we are coming. The whole thing is we've been playing with numbers for a year and a half.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What are the numbers? Can we come outside? Can we be around people?
Right. Right.
We got to get a shot. Okay, once we get the shot, do we still feel like, come on? It's been that.
Yeah.
And as much as we're starting to see a little light at the end of the tunnel, I still believe that we're still in a pandemic. I
Mm-hmm.
still don't feel 100%. I see a
Yeah.
lot of people, but I'm not feeling a whole lot, a lot of
Yeah.
like it's over. I feel like we need to be vigilant and
Mm-hmm.
aware and
Mm-hmm.
keep working with the protocols and stuff like that, because if not, we'll find ourselves back where we were.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, we're like I said, we're trying to get the music out and do it in a safe way and a way that everyone's comfortable, and so those things take time. You can't rush greatness and fabulosity.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So, oh my goodness, Alyson, I have so much I want to talk to you about. So I do want to get this in because I'm very curious about your journey. And I used to have a show called Spirit and Praise. I used to do it on Sundays, and this takes its place. And part of Spirit and Praise was talking about a testimony, right? Your won't he do it testimony, the journey that you have taken through your life that has infused who you are today, right? Through God's grace, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. So what is your won't he do it testimony?
Ooh, the whole thing. Oh, hearing you say those words makes me all misty.
Mm,
The whole thing. When I sit back and look at where I came from and what how I came up, and I guess, how can I put it? A lot of people know my music, but they don't know a lot about me per se. They know the First Lady of Def Jam. So when I'm able to put this book together and this biopic and stuff, people will see, the various things that I went through, which which are similar to a lot of struggles. But where I am now, and just the fact that I am here now, is my testimony.
mm,
The won't he do it is that every time I laid across the bed and put my hands up here and I was dreaming, he made all those dreams come true.
mm,
Very specifically. I
yeah,
want to meet Phyllis Hyman. I want to know Nancy Wilson. I want to sit at the feet of Dr. Maya Angelou. He made all of just like I asked for it.
yes,
Um,
yes,
I want to sing music and be recognized for it. So my testimony is, in the middle of a pandemic, I was able to leave New York, which is something I've been trying to do since I got here. And
mm,
don't get me wrong, I love Harlem, and I love that I grew up there and had that experience. But I was never a city girl. I wanted
mm,
grass and trees, and I knew that I was going to have to leave New York to have it.
yeah,
I tried to stay as close as I could. I tried Westchester, Connecticut, New Jersey, Long Island. None of them gave me what I needed. So I went to the place that made me happy. I
mm-hmm.
went to Winston-Salem. But who moves in a pandemic?
Alyson Williams.
Right. Who picks up and goes to another state with a virus chasing you down? I'm diving in. So those things, I still release my music. I still celebrate 30 years of Just Call My Name. I still have 5 years on the radio. I still have
Yes,
an induction into the Soul Music Hall of Fame.
yes,
It's all a testimony. How does
yes,
that
yes.
happen in a world that shut down? How does it happen that I stopped working, but I still had this, as many years as I've been told, think outside the box. Now I can't do nothing but be in the box. We're in the box right now. Thank God for the box. Because this is where we got to do it. And we're going to continue to do that.
Well, Alyson, you are a testimony of being clear about what it is that you want. because many people are not clear about that, you know? And so you are a testament to saying what it is that you want, believing it and knowing that you can have it, and then being the demonstration of it. And that is a very, very powerful thing. So thank you so much for being the example of that, because people need to know that they can have what they want.
Right. And don't be afraid to ask for it. Dr.
That's right.
Angela used to say to me all the time, she said, never be afraid to ask for what you want, but do be prepared to pay for what you get.
Okay. All right.
And that was what she would tell me.
Somebody need to write that down.
Hey
now. All right, let's get into some joy questions. Okay. So, Alyson, what does joy look or feel like for you?
Okay, now I'm gonna try not to be long on the answer, but I have to preface it by saying, like, when you say you feel me to be a person who says what they want, goes for it, and makes it happen, and I'm the example of it. The problem in there that people don't always see is that I'm not a singular person. I'm a multiple person. So, in other words, I can't tell you one thing. I can tell you maybe 2 or 3 things. I can't. And so I would say joy feels like peace. When I have peace and it's quiet and I can just hear birds and it's peace. Joy also feels like children's laughter, like kids, like toddlers, the innocence and how they are in that. That is joy to me. And it looks like beautiful sunsets. I am a fan of the sky, the entire massive vastness of sky and clouds and all the things that happen up there. That makes me feel good. And the ocean, because I think the ocean and the sky are mirror images of each other.
Yes.
And the sky does not crush us and the ocean does not swallow us. And I'm always amazed at how he did that. And so those are the things that are joyous to me: the sky and the ocean, children's laughter, and quiet peace.
Yes.
Anything that's peace. Now, when you feel that quiet, though, fill it with applause. That's what I want. I want folks clapping and going, woo, Alyson!
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yes.
I want applause. I want it.
All right, we're going to give it to you, Alyson.
That's why I'm in show business. This is my, this is my therapy.
Okay.
Insurance does not cover the kind of therapy I need, but an audience might make it happen.
All right. Here's question 2.
Okay.
I say I'm living life in joy. What are you living life in?
I'm living my life in purpose and on purpose.
Yes.
That's it. I live in purpose and on purpose.
Okay. And here's the last one. What is your joy song or songs?
Thank you.
Because I know you need more than one.
I need more than one. I'll go back and get a song that I can't remember right now who turned me on to it, but it is a song by Hubert Laws called The Key. And it is just about the key. That we have a key, we have a book, we have a reckoning of what happened and how it happened and what we can do to move forward as people living on the planet. It's the Bible, and that's what basically that song is about, the key to understanding. And it's just a great song. It's beautiful. One of the Law sisters, I can't remember which one, is singing the lead, and Hubert is playing that flute, and it's just great. It's jazz and it's smooth, but it's also very. It has a feeling of classical in it. I implore everybody, go find the key.
Okay.
Go find the key.
All right.
It's wonderful. And my present day song that I love, that just gets me going, is Gregory Porter's "On My Way to Harlem."
Yes.
And it's so special because, Gregory is a special gift in himself. But the song says, "You can't take me away from where I was born. I was baptized by the sound of my daddy's horn." When I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. Did he say the daddy's horn? Because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. You can't keep me away from where I was born. I was baptized by the sound of horns, and my daddy's horn in particular, and all the great men who sat in his 21-piece swing band. And I was immersed in that from the time I was a child. So when I hear that, it feels like it's talking directly to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Allison, I need an hour
Excuse
show
me.
with you, girl.
Oh,
I
we
need an
do.
hour show with you.
We
So
do. Or a
thank
part
you.
one and a part two.
Yes, yes, yes. Maybe when your EP drops, when your album drops, you could come back and share more of
Are you
that
kidding me?
magnificence
I
with us.
most certainly do want to come
All
back.
right. It's a date. It's a date. So we're going to play out for the show. We're going to play out Allison's Summer Nights in Harlem. So please stay tuned for that. Allison, thank you so much for being with us, celebrating Black Music Month with us. I so appreciate everything, all of your gifts that you share with us,
Thank
and just
you.
much blessings to you.
Thank you. Listen to your listeners. Thank you for having me. They can find me on Facebook, Alyson Williams Music, on Instagram, Alyson Williams Music, and on Twitter, Alyson Williams. But mostly find me in the world. I have shows coming up. I'll be in Queens back there with you guys on July 17th for the St. Albans Jazz Festival. I'll be
Oh,
there.
cool.
I'll be up in Newport for the Newport Jazz Festival with
I'll
Christian
be there,
McBride.
Allison. I'll be there.
We're going to do it. The Christian McBride
Yeah.
situation is coming with me, Patrice Rushin, Ron Blake, DJ Logic, DJ Jai Sundance, and of course, Christian McBride. So it's going to be a great time.
Yes,
And I
yes.
will be back in New York for the Great Jazz on the Great Hill on August 7th with Jazzmobile. We brought you
Yes.
back, full stage, everything back how we used to do it in the middle of Central Park. Please come on and see me. I
Yes,
just
yo,
need to
come
see
on
people.
now. Come
So
on now. So
I'm gonna-
Allison,
Mhm.
send me all of that so I could post it out there in the world also.
I got you. I got it. I got it. Hey, look, I even have it all typed out already. Ooh, girl.
All right.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying.
Okay. All right, everybody. There you have it. Alyson Williams. Please support everything that she's doing. I will be posting information about the whereabouts of Alyson Williams. Thank you again, my sister. Peace and blessings. All right, y'all. All right. So, hey, I think that's the show, y'all. I think that is the show. I'll share everything else tomorrow. I just could not pull myself away from her. Y'all have to excuse me today. So we'll share Joy News tomorrow. Just remember, tomorrow morning sip at 10:30 a.m. We have a new series on Monday. And before morning sip, please check out the Hero Show with Sekou Rice at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Morning sip, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right here where you're watching us right now. All right, so we're going to close out with the beautiful Alyson Williams, Summer Nights in Harlem. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.
Summer nights in Harlem make my heart remember you. It was on that night I fell in love with you. Walking hand in hand, the way that lovers do. Summer nights in Harlem make my heart remember you. Although the crowd has changed, the streets are still the same. My heart remembers when that special time and place we promised to be true. It was on that night I fell in love with you. Summer nights in Harlem nights in Harlem, just the thought of you. When you said you loved me, and promised to be true. Time has gone by, oh, but just the thought of you. Summer nights in Harlem make my heart remember you. Although the crowd has changed, the streets are still the same. My heart remembers when that special time and place we promised to be true. It was on that night